All right, let's just jump right in, shall we? Today, we're going to talk about something that's, well, it's one of the most delightful and, okay, sometimes groan-inducing forms of wordplay out there. This all comes from an article that is an absolute goldmine of wit. We are talking about the art of the pun.
And, this quote from the source material really just sets the stage perfectly. See, puns aren't just jokes, right? They're this super clever way we can inject a little bit of humor into the everyday. I mean, think about it. Whether you're naming your pets or trying to come up with that perfect, witty trivia team name.
So, the big question is, how creative can people really get with this? Well, get this. The article we're pulling from today lists this many incredible pun names. Yeah, 425. I mean, that is just a staggering amount of creativity. It just goes to show you how much fun people can have with language.
And honestly, that's exactly what these puns are. The source we're using is basically a treasure trove of wordplay. We're talking about names that are so clever, they become genuinely unforgettable. You know the kind I'm talking about, right? The ones that make you smile, maybe groan a little, and then you immediately wish you thought of it first. Okay, so with a list of 425 to pick from, I've gone ahead and pulled some of the absolute highlights for us to look at. So, are you ready to hear some of the best of the best? All right, let's do it.
First up, we're heading straight to what I'm calling the pop culture pantheon. You know, what's so cool about this is that pop culture gives us this huge shared world of characters, celebrities, you name it, and they are just ripe for punning. It's all about taking something familiar and remixing it into something totally new and hilarious.
So we're going to tackle this in two parts. First, we'll take a look at the silver screen, movie and TV puns, and then we're going to jump over to the music world. So let's kick things off with the movies.
Okay, first one up, Darth Tater. I mean, it's simple, it's effective, and it's just perfect for like a potato dish with a dark side. An absolute classic from the source material.
All right, next, how about this incredible crossover? Harry Poppins. Just think about it. The magic of Hogwarts meets the practically perfect in every way charm of a super nanny. You can just picture the chaos, can't you? And this is just the perfect name for an adventurous dog who's always digging for ancient artifacts or, old chew toys. Indiana Bones, reporting for duty.
Okay, let's switch gears over to music now. How about this one? Katy Perry. It's iconic, it's instantly recognizable, and it's just perfect for a feline pop star with a really big voice.
Or, hey, for the classic rock fans out there who also have a sweet tooth, how about Fleetwood Macaron? It's a little bit of a rock legend mixed with a delicate pastry. Just deliciously clever.
And to bring us into the modern era, we have Post Melon. It's simple, it's juicy, and it's just plain funny. Come on, you can't help but smile at that one. All right, let's move on to our next section. And here we're going to see how this all builds into one of the most popular uses for puns ever, naming our pets. I mean, as the source article points out, giving your furry friend a punny name, it's just a great way to show off their unique personality.
So let's just imagine for a second. You have a dog who's a bit of a bookworm, a little more thoughtful, maybe a little more clever than the rest of the pack. Well, the source has some absolutely incredible suggestions for that exact pup.
I mean, just look at this list. We've got Bark Twain, Wagatha Christie, Sherlock Bones, and of course, Harry Potter. Every single one of these is just a little masterpiece of wordplay for the well-read canine. But what about our feline friends? Because let's be honest, they often carry themselves with a certain, let's call it authority, right? They're not just pets, they're the rulers of the household, and they need names that match that status. And here we go. Chairman Meow, perfect for the cat that runs a tight ship. Mulius Caesar, for the one who conquers all the cardboard boxes in the land. And of course, you've got the impossibly smooth Catrick Swayze and the vocally talented feline Dion. It's just absolutely brilliant. Okay, so we've had the clever, we've had the cute, now it's time for the classics. This next section is dedicated to those puns that are so wonderfully, painfully obvious that they make you groan out loud. So welcome to the puns that are so bad, they're brilliant. Let's go ahead and induct our first member into the Hall of Fame. This is a classic that's been around for decades. Anita Bath. You have to respect the commitment on that one.
For any book lover out there, this one is a must-know. It's simple, it's elegant, page-turner. A true page-turner of a pun.
And here's one for that really punctual person in your life. You know the one. They're never late. They're always just in time.
And we just have to end the Hall of Fame with this absolute icon. I think everybody knows a crispy bacon, or at the very least, they should.
So, all this creativity might be making you want to try it yourself. And honestly, why not? The formula is actually pretty simple. You just start with a real name or a phrase, then you find a word that sounds similar that you can swap in, and finally, you combine them for that perfect groan-inducing comedic effect. Seriously, give it a try.
You know, at the end of the day, puns are really all about sharing a clever little moment of humor. They connect us through language and this shared love of just being a little bit silly. Which leaves me with one last question for you. What's the best, or maybe the most brilliantly worst pun you've ever heard? I'll let you think about that one.